Hey there. Thanks for hanging out with K-Dubs and listening to the podcast. Much appreciated. Check us out on YouTube. Shoot us an email. Let us know how we're doing. Hanging out with kdubs@gmail.com. And as always, enjoy the next episode. This podcast episode is sponsored by Dan's Diesel Performance. If you're looking to improve your truck's performance, efficiency, or appearance, check out Dan's Diesel Performance. They manufacture turbochargers, fuel injectors, fuel pumps, transmissions, intake piping, and much, much more. Plus, they offer all the top brands in the diesel industry. They're located in Machesney Park, Illinois. Visit their website at dansdieselperformance.com or give them a call at 815-977-5865.
Gotcha.
Andrew.
Yes, sir.
Good to see you.
Yeah, been a while.
How's it been? How's things?
Good. Staying busy.
Yeah, I bet. I see you all the time on Facebook with your auctioneering stuff, whether it's stuff that you have in your warehouse or your location or stuff on site. You got so much stuff going on.
Yeah, it comes in every single day.
So do people contact you to do this, or you know what? We'll get into that later. You good?
Let me see, make sure we're good. Oh yeah, I'm good.
All right, perfect. Just making sure. So if you have to take a phone call, by all means.
Yeah, no, we'll be good.
Don't let me stop you from taking an important phone call or sale, because in the auctioneering business, a sale is a sale.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So let's get a little background on you. You from what I know of you, you graduated high school and went into being a firefighter, correct?
Yeah, not too long after I graduated in 2000. And in 2006, I got my first full-time fire job out in Marshalltown, Iowa.
Iowa. So is that where you were born and raised, was out there?
No, born and raised in Dixon. That was just the first place that offered a job.
Well, you got to go where the money's at, I guess. And full-time.
Yeah.
You got to go to there.
Yeah, once you get on full-time somewhere, it's a lot easier going to another department. Yeah.
I'm not sure about how all that works, but I can imagine that once you have that full-time and you have that experience, then it's a matter of, I want to go here, I want to go there.
Yeah, it makes it a lot easier. It's all a tested process, so there were a lot of tests I took, and physical tests, written tests, all that to get the job. But once I got the job, it made it a little bit easier. Made it hard on the my girlfriend at the time, which is now my wife, when I told her I was moving out of state. We made it through.
Yeah, well, it seems like you guys are doing well anyway.
Oh, yeah.
How long were you out there for?
Just under 2 years.
And then you had an opportunity to move back this way?
Yeah, I came back to Rock Falls, Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
Got there, did about 2 years there before I went up to South Beloit. I think South Beloit I started in 2009. So 2009 was a crazy year. We went to auction school in 2009, June of 2009. I got started in South Beloit August of 2009 and got married in October of 2009.
Oh, jeez. That is a lot going on there, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
So you went to auction school.
Yeah.
I've heard of it, but I don't have any idea what it entails.
So I went to Worldwide College of Auctioneering out in Mason City, Iowa. 7 intense days. Classes
in a row?
Yeah, straight. We stay at a hotel out there, the conference hotel, so you do all the classes right there. We did 10-hour days of class, but then all the students get together. It was 16-hour days of class. There was for studying afterwards, or there was studying, there was drinking, there was partying, but
the way it should be done.
There was a lot of lot going on in those days. You go in there not knowing a damn thing, and you come out, knowing a little bit more. Good.
So 7 days, and then is there a test or something you got to take after that to get?
Yeah, so
a license
is state by state. Illinois is a licensed state, so you got to go take a state test and pass that to get your license. Then to keep our license, we've got to continue that every year, pay a fee every year.
Of course. Yeah. Welcome to Illinois.
Yeah.
If they can bleed you, they will.
Yeah. It's fun. It's worth it. But it worked out good in the fire service, working 1 day on and 2 days off. It allowed time to do the auctions as well and grow the business.
Absolutely. Yeah, well, because you said you were 1 day on, 2 days off.
Yeah.
So that's really nice to be able to take the 48 hours that you need to take, minus your sleep and your food and catching up and all that stuff and all that. But to get all that done and then be able to take them 2 days and be like, okay, I'm going to push them into my business here and I'm going to start working on that right away. Or a day and a half of that and then a half a day of rest or whatever. Then you get back to work to your real job.
Right.
How long were you a firefighter for?
I did 15 years as a career fireman.
15.
Yeah, and then things got busy enough where I could leave the fire service and do the auctioneering full time. So,
and that was a couple years ago, right?
Yeah, it was, I believe, July of 21 is when I left the fire service and started doing the auctions full time. I know people used to ask me what I did. I was a fireman full time and auctioneer part time. My wife would always correct me that I had 2 full time jobs. So now it's just the auctioneering full time, which keeps us very busy.
Oh man! So walk me through this. You are a firefighter full time in South Beloit, and then you go and get your auctioneer license because. Is that something you just want to do? Like, I'm going to go be an auctioneer.
Yeah, so I've been going to auctions. I found out, I don't know, it was quite a few years ago, but I found out my first auction, I was 2 days old.
Sweet.
Yeah, Mom was supposed to take me home after the hospital, and she took me to an auction and ran into my doctor.
No kidding?
Yeah. But so
I'm sure your doctor was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah. Ironically, I just sold his mom's living estate last week.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But so going to auctions all the time with my dad. Wanted to go, looked into it when I was 13 years old. We were going to go out and do the auction school then, but didn't have the money to be able to do it at that point in time. And talked to Wendy about it, my now wife. And in 09, or I guess it was fall of 08, she said, hey, if you're going to do it, this is the time to do it. So I went June of 09 and
nailed it. Got her done.
Here it is. I mean, we passed the test, got the license, and was fortunate enough before I went to school, I had a auctioneer I talked to, Todd Wills down at Monroe Center. I talked to him, and I said, hey, you ever need any help? And he looked at me, and he had his dad and another old guy up on the hay rack doing the ring man for him. And he said, do you see this shit? Of course I need the fucking help. I said, all right.
Get your ass up here now.
I said, all right, I'm going to auction school next week. He said, give the girls in the office your number. And once I got out, I started working for him right away. And, I wouldn't have anything I've got now, auction-wise, probably, if it wasn't for him giving me the chance. And it switched over to I worked for him. Then, there were a couple auctions he didn't feel like doing. He said, I'll help you do them. And then fast forward a couple of years, and he was working for me until he retired from the auction service. So
that's crazy.
He'll still come out and help me out on the big sales.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, it's fun.
So you, when in your auction business, I mean, obviously I know you do a lot of estate sales. Is that kind of like your bread and butter?
Yeah, it kind of changed now. We do the online auctions as well. So, we get everything. We'll sell the real estate to everything down in the real estate. We do a lot of antiques.
I've noticed that.
There's a lot of antiques. We got, and we've got consigners that bring in every week to sell stuff, and we've got people that bring one thing in a year's time. But we get a lot of estates. Right here at the K-Dubs Ranch, we did the estate here for your grandpa.
You did.
But we get a lot of estates. They come in. I mean, just today, I think we booked 3 more auctions that'll be online. We got one to go look at that'll be live. So it goes in spurts, but we sell anything. If it's legal to sell, we sell it. There's even some things that aren't legal to sell that I find out after we sold it, but we try not to do that.
God, hopefully you don't run into that a whole lot.
No, normally that comes down to with some guns when they go to get them transferred and find out with one of the new laws that you can't.
Yeah, because you probably know. You have to know every probably law on the new firearms, especially not just in Illinois, probably.
Yeah,
state.
World, you're nationwide.
Yeah.
I rely on an FFL dealer. I'm getting mine, but right now I don't have it, so I rely on them to tell me if we can transfer it or not. Once in a while, I keep it pretty good. Illinois has got a law right now. I mean, we all know there's bullshit. My theory, bullshit laws going on right now. But Illinois has a meltdown law.
Okay.
If the frame of the gun will melt down at less than 800 degrees, it cannot be transferred in Illinois.
Really?
So you'll find a lot of guns that
Like the older ones?
No,
or newer ones?
It's a variety. I think there's a 22. I can't think of that, Rough Rider or something like that. Big seller like Dunham's can't do it in Illinois because it doesn't pass the meltdown law. High point pistols, they're a pretty reliable, cheap gun. They're kind of awkward to shoot, but
a little awkward. But they work.
They work. Can't do them in Illinois because they don't meet the meltdown requirement. So that's where I ran into here January 1st. We sold a little Raven 25 caliber. Took it into transfer, and the guy laughed at me. So I had to bring it back. You got to deal with the seller and get the money back to the buyer. But we try to not have that happen. It just does once in a while.
Well, I mean, I could see something like that where if you're not exactly sure what every firearm is involved in that.
Yeah.
So if there's specific ones that have that meltdown and you don't know about it, and let me guess, Illinois doesn't have a book that says, oh, hey, by the way, these are all the firearms that work on that.
They do, but it changes.
Really?
Yeah. It changes.
That's actually surprising that they have that.
It adds on. And so there are some guns I knew were on it, so I just tell the seller we can't sell them. But there's other guns that I find out at the transfer time. And my FFL finds out some of the times when they go to transfer that
at that point. But it's already kind of happened at that point. And I was like, God, now I got to backtrace all my steps and go to that. I get it. That would suck. Yeah, because I can imagine that with you selling just estates or anything online, if it becomes firearms or vehicles or like what happens if a vehicle doesn't have a title? Can you sell it?
No.
That's what I was working on, So now you got campers and trailers and all this stuff that you were like, oh man, I was hoping to, that trailer's a pretty nice shape. You don't want me to bring a couple $1,000 but we can't find a freaking title for it. So
yeah, some of it, that nice invisible line behind your house, you're not too far, the state line, that helps a lot when it comes to some of those trailer titles, especially.
I can believe that.
But
yeah, because they don't need jack shit up there.
No. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that, and sometimes it's questionable if you can or not, and it kind of depends on where it's going when you sell it. Those guns, I can have my FFL, I can sell them out of state, and they can ship them to the out-of-state buyers. They just can't buy them in Illinois. So
if you have a firearm on your sale, which is located in Illinois.
Yep.
I'm from Illinois. I can't buy that gun if it's got that certain.
Yeah, if it falls into that category.
But if somebody from Wisconsin buys it.
Yep.
You can ship it up there.
They ship it up to them. Yep.
What the hell?
Yeah, that's the same way with all these guns that just got banned with this most recent ban, which I had no idea. Like a home defense shotgun with the pistol grip, had no idea that was outlawed now.
I didn't know that either.
Neither did I. Till I was at the gun shop yesterday. But
really,
I talked to him. Absolutely, they can send them out of state, no problem.
So they're illegal in Illinois.
Yeah, exactly.
Ship it to Iowa, Wisconsin, Minnesota, probably even Indiana, and you're good.
Yep.
Go Illinois. You rock. Yeah, I can imagine there's a lot to keep in mind when you guys have to do your auctions and things like that, especially like an estate auction. So you brought it up earlier. You did the estate here at my location. Was there anything here that when you went through it and started looking through all this estate sale stuff where you're like, man, I can't sell that, or I'm not going to sell that, or I'm keeping this out, or these don't sell worth a shit, or blah, 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 blah. I know that's been a couple years ago. You probably don't remember what was on the sale. But.
No, I remember pretty well, actually. But no. Oh, yeah. Is the combination for my safe still written on the ductwork down in the basement?
I didn't. No. I guess we're going to have to go down to the basement and find out. Did you forget it?
Yeah, I never wrote it down. I think I sold the safe now, but yeah, it was wrote down on the ductwork down there. I forgot. I think I took a picture of it, but
I'll have to look now. I don't even know. I'll have to look.
But
now you got me wondering.
No, there was nothing on here. I mean, the guns, we had to just make sure what they were, but typically that's a weird deal. Like the guns were sold here. I mean, I still did use an FFL for the transfer, but if it's an estate and the guns stay on the property, I don't have to use an FFL. There's an estate clause in the Illinois law. Yeah, I don't trust it, so I don't use it.
Fair enough.
Cover my bases, but
yeah, because you want to make sure you're legal in every shape, way, and form.
Yeah.
You don't want something bad to go wrong, and they're like, oh,
it comes back on
Andrew
me.
was part of this auction over here, and you're like, oh, here's my paperwork.
Yeah.
You know?
No, Kyle did it. It was Kyle.
Blame me. I don't care. Didn't say it was your fault, but I'm blaming you anyway. You know. Good. So you do a lot of online, you say.
Yeah.
So for the viewers out there that don't know how it works, I mean, obviously I know how it works. I've been on a bunch of stuff from you guys, but explain to them where to go, how to get onto it, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, so our website is kitsonauctions.com. You go on there and you can click. First page is all of our auctions listed, which I do it, so I'm sure I'm behind. There's a couple auctions that are on there that aren't active anymore, but click on any of those where it says bid here. It's going to take you to all the auctions that are going right now. We typically have an online auction every Sunday night, with the exception of this coming Sunday because I'll be in Florida, so I'm not closing an auction out.
Pause that. Florida, huh?
Yeah, buddy.
Getting out of Dodge for a little while, are
Yeah,
you?
spring break.
You and the family all going?
Yep, family goes down with Wendy's Aunt Di goes down with us, and
You guys go somewhere specific?
we're going to St. Augustine this time.
Nice.
Yeah, should be nice.
It'll be nice and warm. I was in Orlando about 3 weeks ago, and it was beautiful when we were down there 3 weeks ago.
I'm
I
hoping.
can only imagine what it's
hoping.
going to be now. Anyway.
But, so we do the auctions every Sunday night. We run like 600 to 1,000 lots through, and all the bidding takes place online for those ones. And we use high bid software, so it's worldwide. I mean, we ship all across the world. Literally, I got customers in Australia, New Zealand, Czech Republic that we ship to. It uses a soft close. So if you're familiar with like eBay, you know, whoever gets the last bid in, they pay for that sniping software. You get your bid in the last second, you're good to go. You can do that on our software, place that bid the last second, and it gives Kyle the chance to come back and bid again because it extends it out for the 2 minutes. So, you know, there's
and then 2 minutes and 2 minutes and 2 minutes.
Yeah,
and
it'll just keep going up to 2 minutes. It won't, you know, keep adding 2 minutes. It'll just max it out at that 2 minutes. But it gives everybody a chance to play and everybody a chance to bid and gets that competition going. So, because obviously, you know, as a buyer, you want the bidding to stop. As the auctioneer and the seller, we want to keep this shit going. You know, a lot of times our auctions will triple in price. So they start closing at 7 o'clock. Whatever the total auction price is at that point, it'll almost triple by the time it's done closing because people wait to that last second to bid and just keep going.
Kidding.
So it works out pretty well.
I suppose that makes sense. You think about everybody waiting to the last minute to try to get that bid.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it extends. And then all of a sudden, boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
It triples usually at that time.
Yeah, a lot of it always at least doubles. I don't think I've had one that didn't at least double, but it does.
That's
it does well.
impressive.
Yeah, and we ship, like I said, we ship probably 40 to 50% of every auction. The items all get shipped out,
and the rest you can just pick up. Right?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, we've got our location downtown Belvedere, and then just
which is on the website, I think.
Yeah. And then we just opened one up. I say just. I guess it was July. We opened our second location up down in Dixon.
Oh, cool! I didn't know about that.
Yeah, so we've only done a few auctions down there. We run the online auctions. You know, we don't have it fully staffed like we do in Belvedere. We'll get the online auction set up. We just did a live auction down there, I guess 2 weeks ago. Our first live auction down there with a bunch of antiques. And even our live auctions, we do the online bidding as well, like we did here for your grandpa's. We had part of it online. So I got my dad and my sister kind of running the show down there, and
do they stay down there?
Yeah, that's where there's. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you said that in the beginning that Dixon. Got it.
Yeah. So
sorry,
we got
slow over here today.
Yeah, some things never change, Kyle.
You ain't wrong.
But no, it keeps us busy. It's fun. You know, it's a pain in the ass sometimes. It's just like anything else. You know, own your own business. You only got to work half days.
Yeah, right.
12-hour days or more. You know, that's about it. But
yeah, half days, 12 hours. That's right. 7 days a week too.
Yeah, no shit.
When you started this, you said that you went and worked for that other feller. I can't remember his name that you said earlier. You went and worked for him for a while to figure out how to run everything, and then he helped you. Now, did you find those auctions like all by yourself? or he didn't want to do them and sent him your way?
Yeah,
or?
when it started out, it was, ones that he didn't necessarily want to do because he was starting to slow down. We were doing farm consignment auctions and then the little smaller estate auctions he didn't want to mess with.
Yeah, and like farm auctions right now, they're pretty well non-existent anymore,
exactly.
it seems.
Exactly. People ask when there's going to be a farm auction. It's like, well, whatever they call it, they just don't happen that often. But so he'd send them my way, and then they build up. One of the ones that when that transition was happening, he didn't want to do the auction. It was one that I guess they called me, but I wasn't set up to do it all on my own, so I had him come in and help, and that turned into, we did their moving auction. Well, then her dad died, so we did his estate auction. Then her brother-in-law had a freak accident, and he died.
Holy
So we
cow.
did his estate auction, and he owned the building I'm in Belvedere now, so the widow asked if we could sell that building at auction. Well, yeah, hell yeah, we can. Well, once I looked at it.
Of course.
Once I looked at it, I'm like, man, this thing's got some potential to make it happen. So we just struck a deal before it ever went to auction. I bought the building from them.
Perfect.
But yeah, so it's a lot of that where it's a referral from somebody else and somebody else down the line that, most of the people are pretty happy. Some people, when you can't get gold prices out of their dishes, they're a little upset.
Yeah, well, people tend to keep things that they think is worth something when it's really only worth something to them.
Right.
Yeah, and that's the hard part, right? That's the hard part for a guy like you. I mean, me, I was in sales for a long time, and Tommy walks in and says, "Oh yeah, my dad had this lawnmower, bought it brand new. He passed away 3 years ago, but it's in really nice shape. It's got to be worth X amount of dollars." And you're like, "Sorry, bud. Like, Tommy, I know it was your dad's, and I know it's got sentimental value to you, but in the real world, it's worth X amount of dollars,
right?
Or Y amount of dollars, and it's not near the amount you're thinking of. It sucks to be that guy, but
yeah,
sometimes it just is what it is.
I lead out with a lot of times when I'm meeting with customers. I was just in Hanover Park last night meeting with a client in there, and I let them know that if there's sentimental value, keep it.
Exactly.
Because sentimental value,
it only means something to that person.
Sentimental value translates to zero cash value.
Yeah,
it just isn't there
unless it really is something worth of value.
Well, yeah, and there is. There's a lot of stuff, but even if it's worth $10,000, the sentimental value they're thinking it's worth $20,000 or $30,000.
Yeah, $20,000.
It just doesn't quite add up. But
yeah, I've been in those situations before. It's a tough situation to be in, but I think we all have things that are sentimental value to us, and we think, oh God, that thing's worth.
Oh yeah,
big bucho money. We're all guilty of it.
Oh yeah,
we just need somebody to, when they bring it to reality, just like, oh.
And sometimes you just, you already know it. I mean, hell, I got the very first garden tractor I ever bought out of my collection, and somebody offered me $10,000 for it today. I wouldn't take it.
Right.
It's worth $1,000. You know what I mean? If I took it to you when you were a salesman, you'd say, man, I'll give you $100 for it.
Well, you need some beer money of the weekend?
Right.
That's about what it's worth.
That's where it's at. But it's, it's one of those things that's priceless to me. So.
But it's something to you. Exactly. That I could see in a situation, being a salesman in my situation, it didn't happen often. It did happen, but it didn't happen often. When you were doing estate sales and things like that, you probably dealt with that every sale.
Yeah, most of them. And, I could relate to it pretty good. So I think it was last year, my parents, they sold their house and downsized, and they went from, 2,500 square feet, 5-bedroom, full attic, full basement that they'd been for 50 years.
Big house.
Or not quite 50 years, but, so they were in there and they downsized to 1,100 square feet, 3-bedroom, 2-bedroom, I guess, drastic downsize. And when I did the auction, I'm looking at stuff and I'm like, my God, I should buy that. I remember that when I was a kid. What the hell? They're selling it. Why am I worried about it if they're the ones selling it? But I've been doing their estate sale, after they were passed, I'd have been buying all kinds of shit because of sentimental value, and we go over that with clients all the time. You know what? Keep it. If it's got value, keep it. Call me next year when you realize you didn't need it. And they will. They'll bring it in later.
No kidding.
Yep, they'll bring it in later.
People that do that
because they realize it was nothing more than sentimental. And once it, that goes away a little bit, then it's like, well, what the hell? I mean, so what? Grandma made every Easter ham on this counter doesn't mean I need this damn table. You know, because we've had things that
You're right. You're right.
we've had things that crazy that they keep because of sentimental value. It's like you got no damn place for it, but whatever works. You know?
I've seen a lot of people cram a lot into a little. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you've seen it too. Duh. The hell am I talking about? Yeah, I'm sure you've probably seen barns that are just packed full of shit that you'd never even imagine.
Oh my God.
That could fit in there.
We just did one in Rockford. We just finished it up towards the end. I think New Year's Day was the last items we sold for him. And, you know, when I say a hoarder house, and sorry, Lou, if you listen to this podcast, but stuff was just packed. But he knew where, like, it hadn't lived there in 6 years because they had gotten forced out. But he knew where stuff was at. He said, hey, open that closet door. There should be a sign down there in the corner. Should be a good sign. I move a bunch of crap. There's this sign that brought $2,000. Well, 15, I think 15 and a quarter is what it brought.
Whatever.
But,
No.
you know, it's like,
Hoarders.
and he knew where the stuff was at.
If you're a hoarder, I don't care. It's impressive as hell because how you keep all that stuff and then 30 years goes by. Oh, yeah, there's that, like you said, there's that sign in a closet or, you know, out in the back corner of that shed, you know, there's an old, you know, garden tractor that was back there. And, you know, we used it one time. I got a flat tire and we pulled it there and that's where it sat.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yep.
How?
There is such random shit. Some friends of mine, they had an auction that they were supposed to do down, I think it was in Foreston, if I remember right.
Where am?
Foreston, Illinois.
Well, I have no idea.
I think that's where it was at, but southwest of here.
Yeah, I mean,
And-
we're towards the north.
Yeah.
So once we get past like 80, if you don't say, you know, Champaign, Springfield.
Oh, hell, we're much farther north from 80.
Yeah, I have no idea.
But they were going through it, and if the story that I heard is accurate, I know the whole baseline of it was accurate, but he tripped over something, got looking, and it was debt cord from the war, just lining the whole floor in the dirt of this barn. They ended up having to burn the whole damn thing down. Like, they tried to get a few things out that they could, but they had to have, like, bomb squad come in.
That's scary.
the whole works.
Holy cow.
But, I mean, you've had...
For those that don't know, dex cord is used for, like, dynamite and shit.
Yeah.
It's cool stuff.
Yeah, you know, Vietnam, they'd wrap it around a tree and light it and they'd cut
Kaboom.
the tree down or use it interrogation purposes.
Oh, my God. Dude, that would have been scary as hell, walking through that and be like, oh, I just tripped over. Is that what I think it is?
Yeah, I mean...
Everybody back away, sleep,
I mean, there's guys...
or haul ass, one of the two.
Yeah, exactly. But there's guys finding live grenades and live ammo and shit in buildings that it's just... You never know what's there. I mean...
Do you ever come upon that? Live
No.
grenades or anything like that?
No, nothing. Well, not that I know of anyways. I haven't seen them. But, you know, when we go through something, we go through everything like that at Hoarder House. I mean, we found guns in garbage cans. We found gold in garbage bags, loaded guns. I mean, it was just everywhere you're finding something, you know. So it's entertaining, you know.
Oh, I can imagine you're probably never not entertained.
Yeah.
When you do an estate sale or something like that. Because I'm sure there's always something that you... Okay, so what's the most bizarre thing that you've ever found? Like, okay, this is weird, but it's pretty cool.
God, I don't even know. I mean, there's things we found that I wouldn't even, that are just disgusting stuff you find.
Oh, I don't even
repeat,
want to know those because
you don't.
Because in a hoarder house, I can only imagine that here you found some leftover meatloaf from 32 years ago on Thanksgiving or something.
That would have been better to find.
Oh,
But
my God.
no, I don't know what would be the most bizarre thing. I mean, it changes.
Yeah, I don't know if you
know.
found like a person-sized mannequin or some shit. I don't know.
No, I think probably one of the most terrifying things, we were doing storage auctions, and it ended up being nothing to, you know, we're doing storage auctions, and Wendy, you know, if you watch Storage Wars, you got to pay the lady. Well, that was my wife, Wendy. She does that for me to do the storage auctions, and she comes up.
She does that when you do the live auctions too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she comes up before we started the next unit, and she says, hey, what's the legalities of selling human remains? I'm like, what? Well, Michael had been cremated, and they just had his ashes, and there's what it turned out to be. And I'm like, all right, I don't give a shit about that. You know what I mean? Like the owner.
Here, I was thinking there was a casket in there.
Well,
like
that's what I was worried about. But I don't know if you heard 2 years ago, maybe over in Roscoe, one of the units I used to sell all the storage units for, they found a dead body.
Really?
In one. I was like,
no, I didn't hear
shit.
that.
I think she was actually from Harvard, the girl.
Wouldn't
but I was like,
me, I guess.
Holy shit! I don't know what you do if you open that up doing the storage auction. Like, all right, let's just
I just bought this storage unit for $400. We opened up and
let's just
guess I'm not getting $400 back.
Let's just close that one back down.
Thought something smelled in here. I'm sorry. That's too far.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
My bad. Funny, but my bad.
No, it's fun. There's something new every time. You never know what the hell you're getting into.
So mostly now, everybody's going to. So if I had a bunch of stuff that I wanted you to consign for me, would I bring that to one of your businesses then, and then you can take pictures of it, put it on your auction site, sell it that way, or how does that whole process work?
Yeah, so we do like we did here at your grandpa's, where we come out on site, we set it all up, we do the auction, do the online, do everything, or people bring it to us at one of our facilities, one of the two facilities, or we go out and pick it up. You know, we talked about it even here, just kept picking everything up, taking it back to my building. Once we integrated the farm equipment, that just doesn't make sense to do that.
Yeah, I mean, there was some, 3-4 tractors here and miscellaneous plows and whatever else that we had going on here. So, that was pretty tough to say, okay, we're going to take everything back to your place and sell it all.
And any time, you do an estate auction like for your grandpa, I mean, you had people here because it was your grandpa, and they're going to, that's sentimental. That's where it works. You know, they're gonna start buying some stuff that was grandpa's. You know, so that's that plays
guilty.
Your whole family. It's always fun when like you and Brandon are bidding against each other,
and we didn't know.
Like if you're at the auction bidding and your wife is bidding or something, I normally stop that pretty quick. Just let them bid it once or twice. Sorry, do you really want to do that? Unless it's a fundraiser. If it's a fundraiser, I'll back off. Yeah,
anything goes.
I'll let you
you've done a few fundraisers too.
We do a lot of
those.
We'll
talk about that in a bit, but
so yeah, we get a lot of people just bring the stuff in, or we go pick it up. Like actually, right now my guys are. As I look at the clock, they might be calling me anytime. They're on their way back from Joliet. We've got a big customer down in Joliet that we're going to be selling for the next year for probably to liquidate the building. So we had
what kind of business or was that?
He was a custom cabinet maker.
Oh, a lot of woodworking stuff. And then Noah, watch this.
Right, then when the housing market crashed
in 08, we're talking.
Yep, he had to change things up a little bit, to keep the business going. So he started doing trailer sales and repairs and automotive repairs.
Okay.
So we've got everything, and then he would buy stuff to try and make resell and make some money. So I mean, we've got pallets of salt. There's there's anything you can think of. We have it, but it's 25,000 square foot building that we've got to sell, and there's walking paths,
so it's chock full.
Yeah. So we're trying to sell our way to get enough room to start doing bigger auctions, but we'll sell that. I would imagine we're going to be another year selling for him, and then at the end of that, once we get everything else sold, we're doing his guns, and if you like guns, you're going to want to check it out.
I do.
His gun collection.
I like firearms a lot. They're great.
His gun collection's over 1,000 guns we're going to sell.
Really?
So you got to step up your game a little bit, Kyle.
No shit. For 1,000? Tell me, how old is this gentleman?
I don't know. He's older than us. I mean, he's 60.
Oh, well, then I got time.
Yeah.
I got time.
But so we'll be.
It's only like 10 guns a year.
We'll be selling all that because it's over 1,000 guns, and we've got gun safes, gunpowder, all the reloading equipment, everything. And he's selling it all cool. to move north.
There they are.
That's my sister calling. She'll be fine.
You hear that? This is more important now.
Right?
Kidding. Dude, that's a big auction then.
Yeah.
25,000 square feet, and you said there's just walking paths. Man.
Yeah, it's huge. So
I can imagine that warehouse is just packed.
I think we've
full.
done 3. Monday night was our third auction for him, and we're finally starting to get a little bit of room to breathe. But And
is that auction separate than your Sunday auctions that you try to do?
Yeah. So when we do one on site somewhere that's online only, we do them on like Monday night. We'll still keep ours at the shop, go on Sunday nights, and I do the online on site ones on a Monday night.
And you can find that all on the website.
Yeah,
the website tells this is so-and-so's, this is our Sunday night auction.
Yep. If you go on there, you click that button for bid here, it's going to take you to whatever is on right now. Like I think there's 2 or 3 auctions on right now.
Cool.
That you can bid on. So
yeah, I've been flipping through some of the pictures lately.
You haven't been bidding much though.
I know. Just nothing's really caught my eye. Like
Cheap
I need to have that.
You don't need it.
Well, I mean, if I'm going to spend money,
it's only money, man.
Yeah, we make more tomorrow when we go to work.
That's right.
The problem is it's everything else that costs so much damn money.
Yeah, you'll have that.
It happens though. I'm not worried. But that's crazy. That's a big auction.
Yeah.
We'll have to keep an eye on that because I'm sure there'll be some stuff there. Because I'm sure he's got tools and woodworking tools and masonry tools and everything else to go with it. I'm
welders,
sure.
Generators, compressors. I mean, it's everything. If you 40, what is it? A 48-inch right angle Milwaukee drill. That some bitch is 4 foot long before the drill bit. And I asked him, I'm like, what the hell do you use that for? He said, I don't know. It came with some stuff I bought. And he's got 4 of them. I'm like,
4 of them?
I'm like, I almost want to buy it just to
say you got one.
I mean, you never know. You might need one.
That's true. I can't imagine there's a huge market for that.
No, but I think you should buy one because you're just across the field. So in case I need one, I can borrow.
Split one with you.
No, you just buy it. They're not that expensive. Come on.
You're right. That's funny. That's good stuff, though. Hey, let's take a quick break.
All right, sounds
good.
With
that?
Yeah.
The whole superstition thing is to me is like you said. I haven't walked underneath the ladder because I believe that. Black cats, when they cross my path, pisses me off. I don't mind breaking a mirror as long as it's in a dumpster. What other ones are there?
I don't know. Those are the biggest ones for me.
Those are the ones for me too. But I'm sure there's other ones out there that I can't think of right now. But yeah, those 3, it's like, shit. If I'm moving a mirror and it breaks, then I'm like, oh, I'm fucked. Yeah. It's just that simple.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing I can do about that. But like I was saying, if it's going to go in the junkyard, okay. If it breaks when it goes in the dumpster, it breaks. But if I'm moving a mirror from bedroom to bedroom or house to house and it breaks in the way, oh, man, I'm done.
Hanging it up now.
Walk away. Because that's, you're the same way, though?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
So it's not just me then.
No.
I'm not the only psycho in this room.
No, absolutely
There's actually
not.
2 of us.
I'm like, son of a bitch. People bring mirrors in to sell. I'm like, God damn it.
Especially if they're like colored or fancy or...
We had one the other day. It was as big as, it was like 3x6 mirror.
Oh, that's a good size.
And it was like framed, right? But it was framed in mirror. So it was like beveled out, got the frame around it is all mirror. I'm like, oh, hell no. And I intentionally like left it hanging on the wall. and Mary was like, Andrew, you forgot the mirror. I was like,
no, I didn't.
Shit.
No, I didn't. It's going to the house, right?
All right. Well, I've definitely left a couple. I'm like, no, you might as well let it go with the house. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, it is.
You're welcome.
Like, son of a bitch.
The bathroom that you just came out of, we replaced that vanity. And this mirror, I'm like, oh, God, oh, good, oh, good. Got to pull it away from the wall and put a new vanity up. And I'm like, wait a minute. I wonder if I can just rest this mirror on top of the backside of the vanity and then just screw the tops in.
Right.
Works like a champ. It's been that way for 2 years now.
Hell yeah.
I'm like leaving it, not touching it anymore. If somebody touches that mirror, they're on their own.
Yeah, no shit.
It's not going to be this guy.
Until it falls, breaks, hurts them. And then it's on your insurance.
Yeah, or breaks, and then I'm the one that broke it. And then it's like, God dang it, 17 days of bad luck or whatever the hell it is. I don't even remember anymore. What, I was going to ask you something that just, I thought about that mirror breaking.
I'd say walk back out, come back in, see if you think of it, but you were in here when you lost it. So
that's not going to work out too well.
You ever do that where you walk out, you walk in a room, you're like, son of a bitch, why did I come in this room? You got to walk back out to see what the hell, if it comes back to you.
I haven't done that, but I'm going to try that now.
Oh, God. I do it, and then I think of it. By the time I get back in that room, forget the son of a bitch again. I just did it today. Walk into the back room of my building. I'm like, what the hell did I come here for?
What did you go there for?
I don't even know.
It just clicked what I was going to ask you. So how much of this stuff do you keep at your personal place? Do you keep much at your personal place, or is it pretty well all between the two businesses?
Pretty much all between the two businesses. Once in a while, the city gets on me pretty hardcore because I'm right downtown, and I got neighbors that don't like me too much. Because the building sat vacant. I mean, it wasn't vacant. I've got a salon that rents from me that she's been there for years. But for the most part, the rest of the building sat vacant, so the neighbors
in Belvedere, you're talking.
So the neighbors could do whatever they wanted. Well, now I get in trouble, like my box truck. If it's in the parking lot, it's not supposed to be. If there's something on a trailer, I can have enclosed trailers. If they're enclosed, they can be full.
Now, on your property or
in my parking lot?
That's so weird.
But if I got something on an open trailer, it's a $100 violation if I don't get it taken care of in time.
Do you have like an overhead door you can pull stuff in?
I do, but my buildings stay pretty full. You know, when we get
no. I'm just.
But yeah, we've got
because I haven't physically been there.
You have to come check it out sometime.
Because every time that I've told you, like, hey, I'm going to bid on this if I win it, can you deliver it? You're like, yeah, you're just like a mile up the road. It's not a problem. So I just haven't been there. No, so yet.
Our building used to be a car dealership.
Oh, okay.
And then
that makes sense.
Then it got divided into a bunch of shit. And what was the repair garage for the car dealership? Mm-hmm. It's like 6,000 square feet. It was transferred into or remodeled into a medical clinic. So when I got it, it was all medical clinic. I'm like, what the hell? You know, bad roofs, there's mold, there's all kinds of shit. So we gutted it all out, and it's back to just wide open space, put garage doors in. So I can, back trailers in, trucks in, whatever. But in the meantime, it's like, we got carts in there with stuff on it. So if I get something comes in and it's on a trailer, once in a while you look across the field, you'll see a trailer sitting in my front yard with shit on it, and it's like,
because you're not going to get fined.
Because that
makes more sense.
My wife doesn't get too happy about it sometimes, but it happens.
You could always give her the alternative.
Yeah, no, I mean that's.
Honey, it's either here or the $100 fine to the city, to the government. So
it's happy wife, happy life.
I'm not in that situation, so
you'll learn someday.
I've always heard that was very important.
But no, so I keep most of it at the buildings. Like I said, once in a while I do have some stuff I'll put in my shed or just on a trailer at home, or once in a while I got tractors or something that
are bouncing around from point A to point B. Yeah, I didn't know if you kept some of that stuff at your place or not.
I try not to, because then they got to come to my house and pick it up. And if I keep my customers away from my house, it keeps business and home separate. You know what I mean?
I agree. Yeah, I know quite a few people that run into that because their home is their business, or their business is right outside their home.
Yeah.
And here it's 8:00 at night, and they're sitting down, catch a movie before they fall asleep, and they hear, it's like, who the hell's here? Like, God damn it! I just want to enjoy this beverage and watch Fast and the Furious. I don't know, whatever.
Right.
So you sit down, and all of a sudden, your house is the place of business.
Yeah,
and that can be a problem as well.
That's my dad told, because we were putting the shed up, which obviously we're still working on putting the shed up.
That's okay. Everything takes time.
Pretty sure you've had some people on your podcast before that could help me finish the shed, but
I might know a guy up north here that would definitely help out with that.
But he's like, man, you don't want to run your business out of that shed. You don't want to. I mean, we would have outgrown it by now, but he said you're going to have people at all hours of the night stopping in. I get people now stopping on the weekends if I happen to be down there doing something at my building. Oh, I saw you here. I'm like, the hell, you stalking me? Like, how did you know I was here? So I don't need that at home.
No, that's good. That's a good thing to keep your business. I always thought, like, when you had told me that your business was in downtown Belvedere, I was like, man, that kind of sucks to have to drive to Belvedere all the time. But then I thought about it, and I was like, that doesn't really suck that bad, because that's there, you're here, and life is good.
Yeah, it's not bad. Wendy teaches in Belvedere, so now I can, when I'm at work, I can take her out for lunch once in a while.
Oh, that's good.
She can drop on Monday mornings when I'm taking the kids to school. She can drop invoices off for the guys to pull the orders from Sunday's auction, and stuff like that. It's nice. Before Belvedere, I had a place in South Beloit, so it was the same drive. we rented just a warehouse over there, like 40 by 40 warehouse that we outgrew very quickly. In fact, I actually technically still have that building. It is still full of some shit of mine that's got to get sold.
Oh, no.
Yeah, when we bought this building in Belvedere, Mark and I, which is my main full-time guy. And
how many full-time guys you got now that you brought it up?
We got one. Mark works 45 to 50 hours a week, and then I've got two that are working 30 to 40 hours a week.
Plus yourselves.
Yeah, there's, I don't even know, 7 of us working, I guess, at any given time. So, but yeah, we were gonna.
That's great.
Yeah, no, it works out pretty good.
Great.
We were gonna have that building in South Beloit emptied out. I bought the building Valentine's Day. Don't ever buy real estate on Valentine's Day. Wife is not happy. Bought the building on Valentine's Day of.
Hey, honey, guess what I bought you?
Yeah.
I mean, what about me? What about us?
It's worked out pretty well, but it wasn't.
The timing could have been
it could have been a lot
day better.
Well, then we bought it in 2020, so
right before COVID.
Right before COVID hit. Well, we had decided, I closed down at Valentine's Day. I was like, all right, we're going to be out of the South Beloit building by March 1st.
Wrong.
Apparently, I didn't say which March 1st because I'm still hoping. There is still hope. But
you mean for 2024? Or?
Yeah, well, that's my goal now. 2024. I want to be out by 24. I said I'd be out by December of last year. I've gotten like one truckload out of there. We're just so damn busy selling other people's stuff that getting my stuff in.
It's a good problem to have.
It is. We just try and keep up with it, try and keep the stuff moving through.
Yeah, that would be one of those where when you have a slow time on a Sunday, 2 weeks from now, this auction's going to be a little light.
Yeah.
Run over there, grab a truckload.
I think keep going. 2 years ago, maybe. It would have been the winter of 20, where it was just Mark and I working, and we were selling some of my stuff because I had to keep them working. And I was like, all right, shit, what are we going to do? And now I've got trailer loads of my own shit sitting that I can't get time to get them in because we got customers to worry about. You know what I mean?
I get it.
It works out well.
I get it.
But I get people calling me all the time that say, hey, when you get slow, when you slow down a bit, I got some stuff to sell. I said, just look at the newspaper for my obituary.
2045, 2048.
You'll find out when I slow it down, but if we're not selling stuff, we're not making money, I guess. So.
No, that's what you got to look at too. Every customer that you're selling for, even though it's not your stuff to get rid of, but every customer that you're selling stuff for, you're putting food on the table for the kid and the family.
That's the plan. That's the plan. It may not always work how we think it's going to, but
so how is it? I'm going to ask a different question. You can tell me to go fuck off. I don't care. How is it owning a business and having employees in the state of Illinois? Is it a royal pain in the ass, or are they pretty good? I mean, you can tell me to fly a kite because it's none of my goddamn business.
So for right now, for me, it's not bad. I mean, it costs me a fortune to do what I'm doing, but I don't have any employees technically. I hire through a temp agency. So,
gotcha.
So like I had cash employees
that
then I decided that, hey, we better ought to do this the right way, because this started out as a hobby. You know what I mean? It was just a hobby. And then
you were full-time firefighting and you were doing this on the side.
It kept growing and growing and growing. It's like, holy shit, I got to get everything else caught up. So we hired the guys I already had, put them on to a temp agency. So they handle everything. So all I do is they send me an invoice every week. You know what I mean? So
you write the checks, send it to the temp agency. Everybody's happy.
So we're working on changing that just because it costs me, X amount of dollars to have them
the temp agency do
that. But it's been nice so far because I don't have to worry about all the payroll tax, all the bullshit. Just I get a report from them. That's where it's at.
That's probably the simplest way to do it.
Yeah,
it's probably not the cheapest, but it's definitely by far the simplest.
So it's worked out pretty good. But then you start crunching the numbers. All right, the more people you add on the payroll, the more it costs.
Now all of a sudden you're like, okay, now maybe we should take time to figure this out.
Yeah. So far, to answer your question, not bad in Illinois. not to say what it's going to be when we switch over, but the
way you're doing it, like I said, that is the simplest way. The way you're doing it, I do think you can save some pennies though. If you end up bringing it in house and working through the government, because I meknow once you hire people on now, unemployment tax gets involved in that.
Yeah,
and there's all the other bullshit that's got to get involved to put into that stuff. But I still think it's got to be cheaper than a temp agency.
Oh yeah, it'll save a lot.
Yeah, I think that's got to be simpler or cheaper. I mean,
yeah, and there's companies I've been looking at. I mean, there's one we're gonna end up going with where they still handle everything, but I do a certain portion of it, and it cuts the cost in half of what it costs.
Yeah, so you probably ought to get that done.
Yeah, in my spare time.
Well, the other way to look at it is every time you send out checks, cuts it in half.
Yeah, oh yeah,
or that portion of it. So that's a little extra coming into the old that you're not outputting out.
Oh yeah, exactly. No, that's just it. Anybody that's running a business, or even like my friends that are doing, it's a business but it's a hobby. Doing craft stuff that they're selling. They're realizing that it's like, holy shit, there's a lot more to it.
Oh, there's absolutely a lot more to it. I mean, you got to look at, okay, how do I keep all my guys here or girls or whoever, so I can keep my business maintaining, but how do I cut costs to keep them here, but to cut costs so I'm not spending as much money every week to keep them here?
Yeah, it's definitely a balance. I try to not let the business take away from my family life. Like if I'm doing work, which I do a lot of computer work at home after hours, I wait till the kids are in bed. Then I get the computer out. My wife will tell you, she doesn't know if I'm coming to bed or not. She might wake up in the morning. I'm still passed out in my chair with my laptop at 5:30 in the morning. You know what I mean? But, I try to not let that interfere.
Unfortunately, though, that you're in that section of people who still want to be the main person in their business.
Right.
You don't have a GM. You don't have managers, point A, point B, point C. You are it. And you dictate to everybody else what to do and where to go.
Yeah.
So you are unfortunately in that section where you can't leave it to somebody else to do because nobody else will do it. And you can't not do it or else it won't get done.
Right.
So
yeah.
you literally have to have that sense of, okay, when I'm home with the kids, everything's put away. I'm spending time with them. We're cooking dinner together. We're playing Monopoly. We're watching a Marvel movie, whatever. But as soon as that part is over with, now I got to take my dad pants off and put my auctioneering pants back on.
Yeah, you're back
my business pants on and hit this, which is not easy to do.
No,
it's not easy to shut all that down because all of a sudden you play a game of Monopoly with your kids or your family or your girlfriend or your boyfriend, whatever. And you get done with that and everybody goes to bed and you're like, man, I really don't want to work right now.
Yeah, I don't want to do this shit right now.
It's 9 o'clock. I really don't feel like busting that computer out.
No, there's days. So Wendy's a school teacher, and anybody that don't believe teachers work after hours, I tell you what,
I don't think I've met one that hasn't.
They all work after hours, and she's like, "Oh my god, I got so much work to do, but I'm not getting my computer out." I'm like, "Yeah, neither am I."
But you got to do that once in a while, though.
This shit can wait.
You got to have YouTube time too.
Yeah, it's kind of wild. It's the shit you never think of, till you do it.
The business end of it, you're talking. Yeah. Because when you own your own business, I mean, I owned my own business for quite a while when I was farming, and that shit keeps you up at night too.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, all of a sudden it's like, man, I'm tired. I'm ready to go to bed. You go lay down, you stare at the ceiling for 45 minutes. You're like, well, might as well get up because I'm not accomplishing shit here. So you get up, you flop your computer open, like, okay, I'm going to go over these numbers one more time, or I'm going to check this out one more time, or am I sure I'm right here on this? And yeah, it can be really overwhelming at times.
Yeah, there's times I'll fall asleep at the damn computer, wake up 3 o'clock in the morning, oh shit, I'll go to bed. Lay in bed for an hour, and I'm like, well, might as well go back out, turn the computer. I'm allowed to fall asleep with the computer on my lap. I'm like, what the hell? I can't sleep in bed. But it's just the stresses. Luckily I've got an amazing crew. Like I said, I got two
good
guys.
Team really helps.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've been able, with the 2 locations going, plus like the Joliet, Hanover part, all these different areas where we're going, I can send people. I used to have to be on every pickup. I had to be at every spot we're at. Now I got people I can trust. It's going to get done.
And that's a big deal.
It's hard to let go of that. Like, it's hard to let go of that control. Yeah. And it's taken years to get to that point where...
Well, you've done it, I mean... If you think about up to the last, say, 4 or 5 years, you've done it, you and the wife. And then, maybe you have a family member come in to help you out when you were doing live auctions or whatever the case may be, but you went to every sale. You looked at everything here and said, okay, we'll do it.
Yeah. So I met with every client.
You met with every client. You've seen almost everything, every piece that you sold. You moved every piece that you sold for years. And to take that knowledge and push it over into somebody else and then have the trust to say, go do that. I trust you to go do that. Just do it. It's out of my hair. I need to handle this.
If you talk to them, they tell you. They're like, dude, I got this.
You're driving me up a wall. Leave me alone.
I got this. And they'll tell you. I mean, you'll tell them not to do something. They'll do it. The whole ask for forgiveness or beg for forgiveness instead of asking permission.
And sometimes it probably works out well.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes it works out well.
Sometimes it don't work out well.
Sometimes it's like, son of a bitch.
Should have just listened to me when I told you that.
But, no, it's wild. We've had some interesting employees over the last few years, and we've had some amazing employees that.
Oh, I'm sure.
We've had some that I think wish they never walked in the door, but, it's a different environment.
It's definitely a different environment. I mean, I've never worked for an auction agency or an auctioneer or anything like that besides jumping on a wagon and holding stuff up while you guys were auctioning something off. That's as far as it's gone for me. But I can imagine your type of business to work for 30 hours, 40 hours a week. Man, that's got to be interesting.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure you don't see the same thing twice.
No.
Or rarely.
I mean, once in a while, obviously, you're going to see the same shit come through. But
you're going to see couches and chairs and tables and whatever else comes through.
I hate furniture. It takes up a lot of room in the building. It doesn't sell for much money.
And it probably doesn't bring all that much, does it?
No, it really doesn't. You
know what you should do? I know. With all your spare time.
Let's hear this shit. I like it.
You should open up one of those stores.
Like a resale shop?
Like a resale shop.
We talked about it because
you'll probably bring in more money on a resale shop than you will on your auction, especially when it comes to furniture.
Right.
Chairs, tables, couches.
The hard thing is let's put that in the resale shop because I don't think it's going to bring enough money on the auction. You know what I mean? Like telling your customers, and then how long do you sit on it? That's the nice thing with the auctions.
Or you go the other way with this, right? Instead of saying, we're not going to. We won't put that on auction because it's not going to bring shit.
Right.
How about I give you $5 for it and take it off your hands?
Screw that. Because then I'm stuck with it.
And put it in your resale shop for $35? People will buy a $35 couch.
Oh, yeah. No, it's not.
No, I understand. It's between all you. I get it.
We talked about it because the way my building is set up, it's right on. It's like a little strip mall almost. You got where the salon is, then you got my main shop. Then we have what we call the kitchen store because that's what it used to be, and then an insurance office. Well, we've opened all that up, and we talked about putting like a resale shop or antique mall or something in that kitchen store.
Just for stuff that doesn't sell or stuff that that probably won't bring a lot on auction that you have to sell anyway.
But then you got to staff it.
I get it. How about your Dixon store or your Dixon store?
We just take it in there and we sell it. Then you got to staff that.
I mean, you kind of got a small staff down there. Only has to be open 2 or 3 days a week.
Yeah, no, we'll just keep it open.
I'm just trying to think of other ideas.
Oh no, believe me, that's how it is, man. You think of, and once you're doing, and you talk to anybody in their own business, it's just that entrepreneur mind. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, what's the next business I can do? What's the next? It's not
necessarily next business, but it's how do I profit more with the stuff that I have without doing much more to it?
No, that's just it. We looked at this year. Well, I guess 22. We looked into the video gaming, the slot machines, because I'm like, I already own the building. You know what I mean? Like we can put it in. We got the space to do it. And when I went and applied for it, they had just given out the last permit to do one. So, but that's just it. You look at different things you can do with what you've got. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's kind of a good idea too, because people come and play the video gaming, and I'll be like, I'm gonna walk around here and see what they got going on.
Yeah.
What do they got that I need to buy on next week's sale or whatever the case may be?
That's the nice thing with having the store or the storefront now is people come in and they'll preview the auction. They can come in and look at it. Now, we still have people. I mean, we'll have people drop $10,000 on a car that they've never laid their eyes on other than a picture. I couldn't do it. But we'll have people come in, they'll go
Hell, I messaged you the last auctions like, hey, what size are those tires? Because I couldn't tell from the picture. I'm like, well, I'm not buying tires if I don't know what the hell size they are.
But if you'd click the link, it would take you right to
I
it.
know, but I was being lazy.
Yeah,
Leave
you were.
me alone.
No, believe me, I get that on all the Facebook posts. Hey, how much is this?
I didn't ask how much. I just want to know tire
whatever
size.
the bid is at the end,
I get it. That's the only problem that I have with Facebook, and is you got to constantly jump back. Like in your situation, you got to jump back between the two all the time.
Yeah.
You're putting it out there for everybody to know that there's an auction, but you also like, oh man, I got 40 questions on Facebook because you do 1,000 items a week. I got 40 questions on Facebook, but I got 17 questions over here on my website. Like,
and then it's like, oh, son of a bitch, I didn't call that person back, or I didn't message. What did it take me 2 days to get back to you about the size of those tires?
I didn't care. It didn't matter to me.
I know, but at the end of the day, it's like it took me 2 days to get back to you because I saw it and it's like, shit, I got to go double check what size they are. Go to the site, check what size they are before I get
You know
back
what
to
else you need to do? I know. I'm telling you how to run your business here.
Yeah.
Tell me how to make your business better. You probably ought to think about something, a person to do your online.
Oh yeah, like the
advertising,
social media
yep.
and stuff.
Yep.
Actually, the new girl we just hired, she started last week. She just talked to me today about wanting to
look at that. I'm already way ahead of the ball. You're ahead of the ball game.
I've had people ask me, they're like, "Hey, do you mind if I put your business card on my death book?" I said, "What the hell is your death book?" "Oh, I've got everything ready, so if something ever happens to me, they know what to do. And I'd really like to have your card on there." I'm like, "All right,
throw it in there.
Well, I want to make sure you're selling my shit." I'm like, "All right,
I'll sell it.
I'm here for you.
Just keep me open-minded." All right, we got to wrap this up. We're getting late here. One more time. Email.
Andrew at kitsonauctions.com.
And kitsonauctions.com is where you can find all the auctions that you got going on.
Yes, sir.
It's where they can contact you to sell stuff if they need to, consignment, et cetera, et cetera.
Yep. Everything you need
Andrew.
to know is on there.
You the man. Thanks for coming.
All right. Thanks, Kyle.
Talk to you.
Bye.